Hey speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe and let's get started. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is enjoying their evening thus far. So of course, as you can see in the thumbnail, we are going to be discussing this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that they kind of named it Selec-Tiff Memory. Tiffany, last couple of episodes, she's been doing her thing. Now I feel like she kind of trying to back up like a crawfish now, but we gonna get into it and see what everything and what is what. Now, before we deep dive into everything, everyone, please go ahead and like the video. It does help not only my channel, but other content creators such as myself continue to float through the algorithm. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a part of the family. We have fun, try to be as transparent, and get a little kiki here and there. And go ahead and turn on those notification bells so, of course, you'll be notified every time another video is uploaded. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Hopefully this video won't be too long. I do have a couple of more to do, as well as I have to go to Vegas on tomorrow. So just wanted to hop in and do this. So anyways, let's go on. Pretty much the show starts out with Mel and Keith are actually showing the properties around to some of her students. Now, of course, we all know that Mel pretty much has a master class that she is doing property preservation with. And pretty much she kind of, took them out on a property, kind of showed them, what investors kind of look at, what banks look at as, when it's time to actually make purchases. So I thought that was really good. We then seen that Kimmy showed up and Melody introduced Keith to Kimmy. And she kind of reminded Kimmy, remember I was telling you about that you knew that I knew someone that sell plenty of houses and he'd be on the road. And she introduced them. Mel says that she wants to help Kimmy in any way that she possibly can out here in the workforce. And they also just go ahead and do a little chit chatting, and then they go on to speak about the tea. And Kimmy pretty much asked Mel, were you expecting all that from Miss Betty? And Mel was like, no, I didn't expect that at all. And who would have, honestly, who would have expected for someone's mother to come somewhere and do the food? Pretty much he do the absolute food. But now she know where they stand with all of that. Then Mel told Kimmy that about the meetup that she had with Kiki and Tiffany. And she said that, pretty much she wanted to get them together so they can clear the air and get into a better space. And she said it seemed as though everything was going, pretty well, when they left. So she do think that they kind of worked through their differences. And Kimmy said, well, I seen them, at Martell's event. And it looked like Letitia was kind of consoling Kimmy. That it looked like, Letitia was having to console Kiki, I'm sorry. And she said pretty much, whatever happened, I don't know if it worked because it seemed like it had gotten kind of pretty hot and heavy. Now, in confessional, Kimmy made mention that she wasn't mentioning nothing about Sheree was at the event because Mel has made it clear to her that she don't need any updates concerning Martell. And yeah, Kimmy, that was best. Keep it to yourself. Mind your business. You're on a roll, honey. You're on a roll. So of course they embraced. Also, Kimmy kind of told, Mel that the biggest stress that she really have right now is the co-parenting with Maurice. And, she said that it's very, very stressful. It seems as though, when it comes to the co-parenting, that they just really not on the same page. And Mel goes in to let Kimmy know, I'm very, very proud of you. You're always looking beautiful, and I always make sure I let you know that. And she said, I am so, so proud of you. So I really, really, I like when Mel and Kimmy, is in a good space. I know a lot of people have, their opinions on Kimmy. And I think a lot of times I feel that Kimmy is kind of stuck in the middle. Now she has, made her comments and she has said things, But overall, I think that Kimmy kind of, she liked Mel. She liked Mel. I think, at first, because she was the one that made kind of a comment that Mel was bougie or what have you. But at this point, I do feel that Kimmy liked Mel, but at the same time, she feels as though she's stuck in the middle. But she also noticed, and it can't go unnoticed, Mel was there throughout her journey, with her sickness, as well as she's still there for her. She's introducing her to people that can help her along the way with her business venture. So I really hope that they continue to work through this and they remain close. So then we go on to see where Tiffany is meeting up with Stormy for coffee to kind of discuss what happened at Martell's event. And Tiffany said that she thought everything was good. Stormy said, she brought up everything because she feels as though, that tea party and all of that's good, fine and dandy, but she feels as though putting it out on the table and clearing things up is the best way, because if not, you just preventing it for another day. Stormy told Tiffany about her and Kiki's session, or the Reiki session that they had, and she said that pretty much she feels that Kiki overall has good energy, and she feel like, maybe Tiffany and Kiki need to have a one-on-one, so maybe they can, get together, because I guess when she pretty much what she's saying is when you have like the group around, it tend to kind of go sideways. Now, to me, with Stormy, I just don't know how to take her, because last week, I understand that you're saying you rather put everything up front and put it on the table, but last week it really, really, you came across as very, very messy. It appeared that Tiffany and Kiki was in a good spot when they first got to Martell's event, but then when you pushed up all of this, it kind of took them back to where they were. And now all of a sudden, you're trying to convince Tiffany that Kiki is a good person and she has good energy, and they need to, have a one-on-one to get to know each other. I mean, like, make up your mind. Like, really, she is, I don't know, she confused. But anyways, Tiffany went on to tell Stormy about the conversation she had with Sheree. And Tiffany asked, "Do you think that Sheree is the one?" And pretty much Stormy was already like, "I don't know." Like she don't care. She said that, "I really don't know." She said, you be around. Do you think that she want to meet Sheree? Like, you concerned about Sheree and Mel meeting. Do you even think that Mel would even want to meet Sheree? Which is true. What make you think that Mel want to meet Sheree? I mean, I really think that comment that Sheree made in reference to, seeing Mel and meeting Mel for the first time in Birmingham at the book signing, and Melanie wanted to take a picture, claim, it was said Mel was a fan of hers or however, you know, what make you think that Mel fanned out over Sheree and want to meet Sheree? Like, why would she need to? Because we all know that was, what it was. I think Mel probably peeped it out as well and knew that this wasn't nothing that was serious. So now, why I need to meet her? She won't even be around long. And as we see, she ain't even around. So yeah. Tiffany said that she never talked to Mel about Sheree. Stormy said, "So why would you be asking Sheree about Mel?" Which is the truth. I do think that Tiffany understood the assignment. I need to get in there. For one, I know for a fact the way Tiffany is moving, she's trying to secure a spot. And I get it. You making good reality TV, but at the same time, did I think that you went a little overboard? Yes, I do. But Stormy said, "I thought I was nosy." You nosy. Tiffany said that Sheree had told her that she met Mel a long time ago, and it was like Mel was fanned out. Again, in my opinion, Sheree ain't all that. Yes, she is on a bigger platform. Yes, she has been a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but several times Sheree has not been seen on several seasons because every year it's a toss up whether or not she'll even be there. But we also see that Sheree have a lot going on. I mean, it took her forever to get the what do you call it? Whatever her house is called. They took forever to get that built. Then we see that she by she not that barely is selling, because I can't imagine people paying $200 for a workout suit. I mean, she really do too much. She's been known not to want to pay people. We've also heard allegedly that her mother and her daughter is on that house that she has. We also heard that she has had financial issues. So again, why will Mel be fanned out? But anywho, Stormy said that she haven't talked to Mel, and she said that what she find funny is that Nell haven't really ever been around them. So she's trying to figure out why would Nell say at the tea that it was so much tension when pretty much she's never been around. So she said to pretty much that confirmed what she already thought, and she made statements that she felt that Mel says manipulative things. And I feel that Stormy is crushed because when she came around, she expected for people to fall to her feet because she had, a little money, and she felt that she was going to be that it girl on the show. And people ain't gravitate around. Well, Mel didn't gravitate around her like that. And I felt as though she felt like she, I don't know, wasn't it? So therefore, she had a problem with it. She don't like rejection, and I guess Mel, she took her hiatus. You wasn't there when it was over. Okay, you want to move around, move around. Mel already said pretty much she's had friends for years, and they understand what it is. So she not understanding what's causing all this. And really and truly, why would anyone want to befriend somebody that you got to go to war with their mother? Like, that's very awkward to be friends with someone knowing that that person's mother don't like you. So that's kind of awkward and weird, because really and truly at her big old age, you would think that the mother would, kind of stay out of it, because these are two grown women. This is your daughter and her friend. So really and truly, you really should have stayed out of it. But we know that she can't, because she on social media in them groups just like everybody else, making all those negative comments. But then you want to say someone is downplaying your daughter. Okay, ma'am. Whatever. So then Tiffany go on to invite Stormy to the baby shower, and she lets her know that everybody will be around, and everyone will be there, and she feels that Mel and Stormy need to have a talk. So Stormy agreed that she is coming to the baby shower. We then go on and we see where Letitia and Kiki are riding, and they're talking about their college days. They are on their way to a college basketball game, and then Kiki pretty much mentioned, she say, "Nah, I ain't tell you to tell everybody about that text." And Letitia said, "Well, the only reason I even, said anything is because I was defending you, because everybody felt like you was doing too much, and I had to let them know the reason as to why, you were doing what you were doing." So in the confessional, Kiki pretty much said that she's going to be honest when the mess is brought to her. Y'all gonna see me, yeah, you want it, you gonna bring it, expect to get this honesty out of me. So then Letitia said that Stormy had told her that Tiffany was pretty much been discussing her businesses, wanting, stating that Letitia was pretty much the face of the brand, but she really didn't have no say so over the company. Said she had been discussing her marriage, and she said that, you know, she didn't want to say nothing or bring it to her attention at the event because she understands that Tiffany is pregnant. So, she didn't want to, bring no extra stress on her. But pretty much she's saying, you got to know, you keep on talking, and we going to kind of talk about these rumors that's out here about you and you cheating, allegedly. So Letitia said that, Letitia said that people, let me see, Letitia. Oh, Letitia said that people are about to see another side of Letitia. So I guess Letitia say she ready to get active. Y'all gonna keep messing with her and coming at her marriage, that she ready to get active. And at this point, we all know what it is with her and Marcel. If she like it, we need to all just get over it and love it, because at the end of the day, she's been in a 15-year marriage, as she say, and that's all that matters. It don't matter that she ain't been happy for them 15 years. It just matters that, she been in there 15 years. Girl, you a strong one. But anyways, we then go on to see where Tiffany and Lou are at the doctor's office, where they are actually checking up on baby Ace. They hear the heartbeat, they look at the ultrasounds, and pretty much Lou asks Tiffany, so how are we gonna make the proper adjustments, for when the baby come? Tiffany said that, she does plan on taking maternity leave, but she ain't slowing down. She says she can breastfeed in between meetings and all of that. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you probably didn't need no baby at all, because I don't know, it just seems as though to me, when it came to Tiffany and the work that she does, it just seems as though she strike me, in my opinion, to be someone that's not really happy at home. So I'm gonna just do everything to kind of stay away for as long as I possibly can. But Lou already saying baby Ace gonna slow her down. She's saying all that now, but yeah, we'll see what it's gonna give. So then we also go and see where Kimmy and Maurice is at home, and they kind of discuss Martell's event, and then Monster actually walk in, and pretty much they, get to talking. Monster is in a boot camp that Maurice, allegedly has put him in, not allegedly, because he said it out his own mouth. He's put Monster in a boot camp. The boot camp pretty much consists of Monster getting up at like 5 a.m. Um, he also has to maintain a 3.0 grade point average. He had like a list, I think, of 20 things on there. And Kimmy said, well, out of that whole list, I ain't hear nothing about chores. And, pretty much, she's saying like, what is it going? And Monster pretty much made the accusation. He was like, well, that just come natural. Clearly it don't come natural if she happened to keep bringing it to your attention, because he felt as though, well, I already know I have chores, that don't need to be on the list. But clearly it might need to be on the list, because clearly you must not be doing them, because she is pretty much, yeah, she keeps saying it, repeating it. And you pretty much they're saying that y'all might need to revisit that list, because on that list it need to include them chores, because Kimmy said that, pretty much she tired of being the one having to go around the house, probably pick up. She said she woke up that morning and dishes was on the counter, when the only thing they had to do is reach over a little bit more and put them in the sink. And you would think, with everything that she's going through with treatment and all of that, you would think that Maurice and Monster would help out a little bit more around the house. So this shouldn't have to be a constant, reminder, or this shouldn't have to be anything that has to repeatedly be discussed, because it should be a given. And pretty much Maurice said, if it's important to you, then we'll focus on that. And pretty much, she like, what you mean if it's important to me? It should be important to you, because for one, it's something that I expect. And Maurice, in my opinion, I don't feel like Monster having chores is important. And to me, I honestly, in my opinion, he don't feel like they're important, because I feel like Maurice and Marceau is one of those type of people that feel like certain things are a woman's job. So me, in my opinion, I feel that's the reason why he ain't really backing her up when it comes to these chores, because I think that's something he don't feel is important for Monster to have to do. But anywho, going on to that next scene, and baby, when I tell you this scene here made me mad, because it seemed like a pure OD ambush. But we see where Marceau and Martell are at Black. Um, So say supposed to be studying, but of course Martell was like, okay, we ain't gonna get nowhere. I'm gonna have to find me another study partner, and you ain't gonna never lose weight. You knew that this wasn't gonna work in the beginning, but anywho, he lets Marceau know that Tiffany is coming to talk about the Selma event. And pretty much I'm like, yeah, right. Doggone well, you ain't been more worried about no Selma. You called this woman here to confront her about the things that Sheree said. You wrong. Let's just leave it there for right now. You wrong. So pretty much when Tiffany arrived, they kind of asked her, how you doing? How y'all doing? And they make a little small talk. And then Tiffany, asks, I really enjoyed your event last night. night. So what was the highlight of your event? And pretty much Martell was like, well, it didn't actually happen at the event, it happened after. And, pretty much he told her, that Sheree had told him everything that was said. And he wanted to know, why would you grill her like that? Tiffany said, so you surprised that I'm nosy? Tiffany like, yeah, you ain't know I was nosy. And she also said that when I first came to, on the scene, people grilled her. And he was like, well, Sheree was just a guest. She not going to be a part of this full-time cast. She was just a guest that made her appearance. And she said that Tiffany said, so she just pretty much asked her how it felt to date a cheater. And Martell said, I'm not a cheater. He asked her, are you a cheater? Because I've cheated, same as you. They really, really laying it on thick about Tiffany cheating, I'm assuming, and allegedly on her ex-wife, on his ex-wife, on her ex-husband with Lou. They really, really going with that for some strange reason. But anywho, but Martell say he ain't no cheater. He's cheated. Whatever you want to nickname it. But anyways, Marceau then said, so you said that like that? Like, what were you going to do with this information? Like, did you have a plan for this information? What were you gonna do? And Martell said that you worried about them meeting, and he was like, me and Mel are not even in a good place right now for any introduction or them meeting or anything. So pretty much, like, why would you be asking her about that? Marceau is talking, Martell is talking, and at this point it's almost like bullets flying, like, and out there at this point I feel like this is an ambush, because number one, what does Maurice have to do with any of this? So really and truly, he should have excused himself the minute the conversation started. Then Martell, you are approaching a married woman. On top of the fact, you have an association with her husband. You have her husband's phone number. So maybe this should have been a conversation with you, Tiffany, and Lou, because that'd have been more, appealing than you sitting up here inviting her to black, and here you got Marceau with his nosy self sitting right there. He giving his opinion, and he's saying stuff, and you saying stuff. It's almost like y'all ambushing this woman. And then he said, did you or did you not ask her, do you think that your, private is so good to keep him, but Mel couldn't? And Marceau was like, what? You said that? And Marceau also made mention, he was like, I feel that Tiffany's pregnancy saved her because, you know, some people that was in Sheree position would have, been ready to cause physical harm. Now we all know that originally he said something about slapping her. So of course they edited that out and made it something else because they probably seen all the comments on social media that they edited that out and kind of cleaned that up. And Tiffany said that she don't remember saying that, but they did make a clip and she did say something of, close to that. So Maurice said that she needs to be tested for being a Karen. And she was like, why? Because I'm mixed. And he was like, no, they have plenty of black women that's named Karen. Martell said that he's going to give Lou a call. And pretty much he got up and left. And, I guess he say, I'm done with this. Marceau even made mention, I can't be talking to nobody wife like that, because at this point you have went overboard and you out of line. How would you have liked if someone would have approached Letitia like that? Like when you and Martell was at odds, how would you have felt if Martell would have came to Letitia and was all in her face? Well, bad example, because we know that's something Martell would do. This here is nothing new for Martell. Approaching a woman, confronting a woman, yeah, he with it. So I don't even know why I even use that example, because that's something of, yeah. But anyways, I just felt like it felt like an ambush. Neither one of them should have been having this conversation with this married woman. given the fact that you could have picked up the phone and called her husband and spoke with her husband and allowed him to address the issue, or if it would have made you feel better, maybe you, Lou, and Tiffany should have met up. But you knew all along when she, was coming to Black, you knew what you were going, you knew what this conversation was going to be like. It had nothing to do with Selma. You used that as an excuse to get her there to confront her. But anyways, that was pretty much it. We do see where next week is where we're gonna see the big blow up with Martell and Lou. And I can't wait to see it because I'm ready for someone to step to him, because we knew Marceau couldn't. To me, he backed up like a crawfish and went to the police. But Big Lou say he ain't having it because he want to know, why would two men need to be talking to her the way, coming at her like that? He want to know. He need answers, and we all need answers, because why would you, two grown men, be sitting up here coming at not only a woman but a pregnant woman at that? And we also see where at the event that they're at, I don't know if it was because of all the confusion, but we see what Tiffany is going to get nauseated. She say she's seeing stars. Honey, I don't know if she was going in labor. I don't know. Maybe it was the stress of it all. Maybe she thought Big Lou was going to get active and she was getting nervous and she didn't need a baby daddy going to jail. So I don't know what it was. But anywho, y'all, that was it. Overall, this week's episode, I'll give it a 7.5. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Pretty much the scenes, were kind of giving. Some of them they could have did without, but I won't mention which ones. But anyways, let me know how y'all feel about this episode. Did y'all even watch? We still, having a battle of who's really watching or who's just really watching content creators, which, you can't be mad at it. They dug this hole for themselves. So we'll see what them ratings is looking like for this week. I wouldn't be surprised if they even dropped a little bit more. But let me know if you watch. Let me know how you feel about the episode. Let me know how you feel about Martell and Marceau coming at Tiffany the way they did. Anyways, y'all, if you have not liked the video already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notification bells. And until next time, y'all be blessed.